I fumbled an interview. And is that a big regret? Yes, absolutely. A big regret. And I am trying to figure out, am I going to keep fighting? I don't know, y'all. Let's dig in. All right, welcome to the show. My name is Georgiana, and this is the space where we talk about life lessons learned from K dramas, Nollywood movies, and Black films. And today's life lesson is coming to you from the K drama Marry My Husband. And the general synopsis states when a woman witnesses the affair between her best friend and her husband and is murdered by them, she goes back in time to change her future and seek revenge. It stars the lovely Park Min Young, starring as Kang Jae Won, and Na In Woo, starring as Yo Jae Hook. I'm sorry if I ruin names, but it's currently on Amazon Prime if you have not seen it already. And so, watching this, the life lesson I got from it was that there will always be something to steal your happiness.
And if I pretend to be consumed by my guilt, then like always, I'll be let go. The victim always gets released, right? That's right. And you play that role like a natural.
Literally, Park Min Young's character, her best friend, who was called Jong So Min, was constantly coming for Park Min Young's character's happiness, right? And in the previous life, Park Min Young was not able to fight off her friend. I'm sorry, she constantly allowed her friend to steal things from her, lie about her to people, and different many things, different plots that this friend was doing, and just to make her unhappy. Because literally in the first episode, Park Min Young was like, I want to be happy. But the friend was the one orchestrating everything to make her miserable in her life. And so in the next life, the second chance that Park Min Young gets, she literally has to fight her friend for every single piece of happiness that she has in her life, right? So have you come to the terms that life is made up with challenges? Once you come, once you understand that life is made up of challenges, that we understand that we have to fight every single day, literally every single day, for our joy. Because you know what? We all deserve to be happy. We all deserve that peace. We all deserve it, right? So, but some of us are held back by regrets. Now, we do not get second chances. We do not get to go back in time and say, okay, now I have this second chance. I'm going to actually stand up for myself and be happy and fight everything that is coming for my happiness. Right? We don't get that second chance. So while you are alive, while you are here, what I'm going to say is start off with assessing what's stealing your happiness. What is that regret? What is that person? I mean, literally, the whole show, Park Min Young's character is constantly attacked by her best friend, who acts like she's the victim in every single thing, in every single way. And so she gets away with making Park Min Young's character look bad, right? And she's constantly doing this throughout the show. It really frustrated me. But what I saw was that that is literally life. There are people that will steal your joy, and you think that, oh, they are for you, but they're not, right? But you have to open your eyes. And that's why I'm saying you start with assessing what's stealing your happy. Because in the last life, she's like, I just don't remember the last time I was happy. How can you not remember? How can you not know? At what point did your happiness start to fade away that you didn't realize this? So assess it. What regrets are you dealing with? What regrets are you allowing to steal your joy? right? Like we have so many regrets. I know I have so many regrets, right? I'm in a regret right now, right? But there's nothing I can do about those regrets but learn from them. So, what are you going to learn from your friend betraying you? You know, not that it changes you to your core that, oh no, that means I can trust nobody. That means you open your eyes to who people are. Like one thing I'm praying now is that God open my eyes to see people through your eyes, through spiritual lens, and not through my fleshly carnal ways, or eyes, or that the way they present themselves to me, I just accept it that way. But truly help me to see this person in a deeper way beyond what's being presented to me, essentially, is what I am saying. So do that assessment. What's in you that you can use to fight for your happiness? Right? I think of Saul and David, and when David had to go up against Goliath, right? And he was cut, and Saul gave David all these swords and armor, and David was like, I can't do this. Like, I don't feel comfortable in this, right? That was Saul, that was what Saul had, right? Saul was the one with the sword and the armor and all of that, and this great warrior, right? But David, what he had in his hands was a slingshot, right? And that's what he was comfortable with because he's known it, he's used it in so many ways. And that is exactly what he used to bring Goliath to his knees, right? And so you have been sent here for a reason, for a purpose. What is that thing that God has put in you that you can use to keep fighting, right? There were times that it was hard for Park Min Young's character to keep fighting and to keep going, but she kept on going. And then she found new friends, right? When she opened herself up to just to other people outside of this so-called best friend that betrayed her, she realized that she had some power in her, right? Like my sister had some backbone, right? And she was ready to fight, and she was just going to keep fighting, right? And I don't know if some of us have lost jobs, federal people, so many other people have lost jobs. Like I'm trying to find work, like full-time work, and it has been a challenge. And people are constantly saying, "Oh, just keep applying." I didn't realize like what an emotional toll it takes on you to keep applying and not seeing anything, right? And it's like you're applying, you're praying, you're doing all of that, right? I don't know if it's your college applications, or I don't know what it is, right? That is something that it's like you want to stop fighting, but you have to keep fighting. So what is in you that you have that you can keep fighting with, right? For me, looking for the job situation is that literally what I have to keep fighting is just keep showing up every day, finding, searching job titles, all of that, and praying. Like that is what I have. Otherwise, it takes me to my third one, which is don't run, don't give up. Otherwise, if I don't use those things inside of me, I will run and I will give up. I will literally give up, right? And I fumbled an interview and I felt like, what the heck? What is wrong with you? Like, Georgiana, like, come on, like, you can haste. I've never fumbled an interview. I might not get a job, but I've never fumbled an interview as bad as I did. And I felt so embarrassed. I was so disgusted with myself, but I literally had to forgive myself because I can't give up. I cannot run. I have to be able to sustain myself. So I need a job. I have to keep looking. So I don't know what it is that is gonna help you happy, but it's stealing your joy. Like literally looking for a job can steal my happiness. Like it does some days. Some days it's hard to just show up on my laptop, on my phone and be looking for jobs. Like it's really hard, but I have to keep going. I can't let the challenge of not having a job or getting a rejection email disappoint me, and then I sit there and dwell on my regrets. Oh no, my gosh, I wish I didn't do this, or blah blah blah. I can't sit there. You cannot give it that power, because once you finish one challenge, like once one challenge ends, once I get a job, you know, another challenge is going to come. But I can't let it steal my happiness. I cannot, you cannot let it steal your joy. So that's the life lesson I got. Life will keep throwing punches, but I got to keep throwing punches back. I got to stay in this race. And in the end, it is going to be worthwhile. In the end, she was able to overcome her best friend's antics and her victimization, all of that. She was able to rise up. But literally, me watching it and just seeing how she had to fight back to back, it was exhausting. I know that you are strong enough to stay in this battle, to win this battle. And Park Min Young's character, she did win in the end. And I know that you and I, as long as we keep throwing jabs back and forth and back and all of that, we got this. If you haven't checked out Marry My Husband yet, go ahead and check it out. But now it is time for me to encourage us with a word. And today I'm doing a devotion that I heard this morning, and it reads, "Make friends with the problems in your life. Though many things feel random and wrong, remember that I am sovereign over everything. I can fit everything into a good pattern for good, but only to the extent that you trust me. Every problem can teach you something, transforming you little by little into the masterpiece I created you to be. The very same problem can become a stumbling block over which you fail if you react with distrust and defiance. The choice is up to you, and you will have to choose many times each day whether to trust me or defy me. The best way to befriend your problems is to thank me for them. The simple act opens your mind to the possibility of benefits flowing from your difficulties. You can even give persistent problems nicknames, helping you to approach them with familiarity rather than with dread. The next step is to introduce them to me, enabling me to embrace them in my loving presence. I will not necessarily remove your problems, but my wisdom is sufficient to bring good out of every one of them." So, we've got to trust God. I've been defiant in some ways, and I had to acknowledge that, and I've distrust God, and I've had to acknowledge that by asking for forgiveness. Now I know that having to look for a job, having to move, having whatever challenges you're facing, it's telling us that we should thank God for them, because there is nothing He cannot use for our good. And so, trust God. He's using this for your good. And that is all for me today. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and share it with someone that you think it might help. But until next time, y'all, please take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and be kind to others. Bye, y'all.